All right, guys, I'm going to show you today one of the first methods I ever learned for building a sign. The hinge method. I learned it about 30 years ago. I use it every single day. It's the most common way to build a sign. The essentials you'll need: tape, squeegee, knife, and a ruler. You can use a tape measure. You can use a credit card for a squeegee. There's a lot of options. This is a dry install, so there's no soapy water, no solution with water, nothing like that. It's going to be a dry install. First thing I like to do, clean with a little alcohol. Make sure there's no oil, grease, dirt, anything on there. A lot of times, today I'm building on a piece of 040 aluminum. It's just scrap. A lot of times these things will have a piece of plastic over the top. Make sure you take them off before you build. So the first thing I do is just wipe it down really good. Give that alcohol a second to dry. Take 2 pieces of tape. Get your, whatever you're installing, your vinyl centered. Right there. So that's centered. And then what you want to do is you want to look for your lowest and your highest point. So it looks like here I've got the bottom of this P, probably the top of the one, or the top of this here. Let's see where we're at here. Okay, so we're pretty close right there. So then what I do, once I have the outermost part centered, I'll look for similar letters like the S and the S, and that's what I'll do my other measurements off of. So right there, we're about 1 1/8. So come to this side, put it on 1 1/8. Just tack that back down. Make sure you double check everything. Make sure nothing has moved. So it actually looks like I moved here just a hair, and not bad. We can bump it up just a hair, and that's it. So that should be centered, ready to lay. So what I do then for the hinge method is just run a strip of tape all the way across like this. If you got some overlap at the bottom, it's good. You can use that to hold your sign to the table. And then what I do, for me, I would normally just install this whole thing in one piece, but since this may be for people just starting out or learning to do this, I like to split this so to give me smaller sections to lay in. So you can cut as many sections as you feel comfortable doing. You can just fold these back at that point, hinge them, peel that exposes your glue. You start from the center, work your way out to the edge. Just like that. And that way you got smaller sections to work with. You're not trying to work with a big long area, you know, and just always make sure you start in the center, work up and out, up and out, up and out, up and out. Use good pressure. And sometimes I don't even lift my squeegee as I'm going. That helps push the bubbles out. Then as far as the installation goes, that's pretty much it. Ready to go. One other thing I like to do to finish my signs out is around the corners. So I use I've got a 1/2 inch rounder, 1/2 inch die in right now. Just cuts that nice corner on them. Gives them a good finished look. I don't like to pop this way on rounders because when you do, you can hit your sign and dent it right there. So I always try to go on the small side like that. And there you are. One more thing I like to do for people if they ever request it, put holes. And all I do for that, so 3 1/2, half of that's 1 3/4. Mark that up like that. Doesn't take much. And boom, there you go. You got mounting holes. You don't have to have the nicest tools or the newest everything to build a sign. There's a lot of ways to do it. This is just one option. Of course, there's wet methods, dry methods, tons of different materials. I don't use this a lot. This is 040 aluminum. It's a good material, but I typically use polymetal, corrugated plastic, acrylic, things like that. I do some banners and stuff too, but a lot of the polymetal these days and acrylic. But there it is, guys. Let me know what you think. Hope this helps. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace out.